Knitting techniques. The knit left loop increase. English style. To download a guide with our 5 favorite tips to improve your knitting right now, visit newstitchaday.com/5knittips. For this tutorial, you'll need the following materials: a pair of knitting needles, and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Lion Brand for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Lion's Pride Woolspun, available exclusively at Michael's Craft Stores and lionbrand.com, in the color Taupe. The knit left loop increase is a method of adding stitches to your work, usually for shaping. Often you'll see this paired with a knit right loop, and both of these are what we would consider invisible increases, which means that although you can tell that there are stitches being added into the fabric here, it's a little bit difficult to see exactly where, and it doesn't leave a gap or hole like many of the other increases do. Now, if you see this in your pattern, it will be abbreviated KLL, and again, often you'll see this paired with the knit right loop, and particularly for top-down sweaters, this is a great increase stitch for doing your seams, like on a raglan seam for the sleeve. So let me show you how we do this. Alright, so I've reached the point in my fabric where I want to do my increase, and after I've done knitted the stitch that I'm going to work into, so we'll just knit that normally, what we're going to do for step 1 is we're going to pick up the loop right underneath that stitch. So here's the stitch that we just knit, okay, and we're going to pick up this loop right here. Okay, you can see that it's going around these 2 loops here. So we're going to pick this up onto our main needle, okay, and then for step 2 we're just going to knit this as if it was its own stitch. Alright, so very simple, 2 steps. The reason why this is called the left loop is because we end up knitting into the left side of the stitch. Now if you are a left-handed knitter, obviously this will be the right side of the stitch for you. But let's do that for you again one more time real quick. So again, after we've knit the stitch that we have wanted to work our increase into, and that's important, it's after, we're going to pick up this loop right underneath and put it on our main needle, and then we're going to knit that as if it was its own stitch. Okay? Try not to stretch that loop out too much, otherwise you will see a little bit of a gap in between your stitches. But that's how we do the knit left loop increase.
Hey, I'm Johnny Vasquez, founder of New Stitch A Day and your teacher for this tutorial. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to learn from us. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, we produce new content every single day, hence New Stitch A Day. You can click the subscribe button so that you don't miss a single stitch. And if you click one of the links to the side here, you can see the previous stitch in our series or the next stitch in our series. And if you click this link, you'll be able to see one of my favorites. And don't forget, you can also download a PDF with the written instructions for this tutorial by clicking or using the URL link that's on the screen. Again, I want to thank you so much for learning with us, and I hope that we've helped make your knitting and crochet skills a little bit better today. Yarn on!